All of you, good morning. Welcome to the YouTube class. Today in this class we are discussing about sources of energy. Sources of energy. We already in this chapter already discussed about energy, types of energy, good sources of energy, and conventional sources of energy. And also we are discussing about thermal power plants and hydropower plants and biogas ಅಥವಾ biomass energy. All these are all discussed in the previous classes. Today in this video we are discussing about wind energy. Another one type of sources of energy is wind energy. Therefore wind energy is used in windmills, which converts the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical or electrical energy. You already know that law of conservation of energy. The energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. Similarly, wind energy is also one of the form of energy. Therefore, this wind energy is converted into wind energy, the blowing air, it is an example for kinetic energy. That kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy by using windmills and turbines. In the turbines there is a rotating machine called turbine. Turbine is a rotating machine. Therefore it converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Therefore nowadays the electrical energy is very important, and it is required more quantitatively in the nowadays. So many electrical devices are depending upon the electrical energy. So for the production of wind energy, the production of electrical energy can be increased by using conventional sources of energy. So that why we are constructed windmills in the hilly regions. Therefore wind energy is used in windmills, which converts the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical or electrical energy. The kinetic energy of wind can be used to do mechanical work like lifting water from wells or grinding grain in flour mills. It can also be used to rotate the turbines of generators to produce electricity. Therefore wind can be also used to rotate the turbines of generator to what? To produce electricity. Therefore windmills in ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that windmills contains turbines of generators. The wings of the fan continuously rotate, that rotates the turbine. The rotates the turbines generator. It produces it converted into mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So here windmills, it is an example for wind energy. A single windmill produces only a small amount of electricity. So you are all seen in a hilly regions the so many fans, wind fans, or not there one or two, they are having 10, more than 10, 20. These are all number of windmills can be increased. Therefore the production of current is also increased. So large number of windmills in a large area are coupled together to produce more electricity in wind energy forms. Therefore large number of windmills produces large area ಅಥವಾ located ಅಥವಾ established in a large area that produces larger or more electricity in wind energy forms. What are the advantages of wind energy? What is the ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಮಾರಿ, it is the one of the most and high windmills are constructed in our India, that is Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. It is famous for wind energy, windmills. Therefore it produces more electrical energy by using wind energy compared to other places in India. Therefore what are the advantages of therefore we already know that wind is a natural source of energy. It is a renewable resources. It is easily occupied, it is easily obtained in the nature. That energy is converted into electrical energy. Therefore the cost of production is less, and it gives more advantages. Therefore the advantages is it is a renewable sources of energy. What is wind? Is a renewable sources of energy, and it does not cause pollution. Wind energy windmills are constructed in hilly region, that windmills does not produces or does not causes pollution. And another one advantage is the recurring cost is less. The recurring cost is less. The recurring cost is less because of you buy so much of energy are used renewable sources of energy. Now, what are the disadvantages? Therefore, what is the disadvantages of wind energy? Wind is not available at all times. It requires a large area of land. Agricultural land is to be wasted. Therefore, it requires all large area of land. Therefore, wind is not available in all times. Therefore, in that time, the production of electrical energy is less compared to other time. Therefore, it is not fixed. The production of current is not fixed. It is depending upon the wind. It is depending upon the wind. A minimum wind speed is of 15 km per hour is required. For the windmills, the minimum wind speed is of 15 km per hour is required. So, it is the importance or disadvantages of wind energy. This is all about wind energy. Next, we shall go for solar, sunlight. Solar, sun is the main source of energy. It produces a lot of energy in the form of light and heat. Therefore, that sunlight can be, it is a very good renewable resources of our life in our environment. Therefore, that can be used to produce electricity. It can be converted into so many different forms. Solar energy is converted into light energy, heat energy, mechanical energy, and so electrical energy. Therefore, it is very important source of all living organisms. Therefore, here we call solar cells. Solar cells, it is a the front contact current in not current flow, anti-reflection coating, N-type semiconductors, P-type semiconductors, back contact. These are all the important parts of the solar cells. Now look at the figure. These are all established in the roof of your house or buildings or stadiums. These are called solar panels. These panels having a number of solar cells. What is the function of solar cells? Solar cell converted sunlight into electrical light signals into electrical signals. That is the important function of solar cells. This is solar lamp. They are used in street lights, grounds, and schools grounds. So many grounds we are using a solar lamp, and also highway roads, ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. Therefore, energy from the sea. Therefore, you already know that solar energy is also one of the important. So, solar cooker, you already know that. Solar panel, therefore it having solar cells. The solar cells is converted into sunlight or light signals into electrical energy. Therefore, they are considered in most undesirable ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾಗಾಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಲಿ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್, ಬುಡಕಟ್ಟು ಜನಾಂಗಗಳು ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಕಂಬಗಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಸೋಲಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತಹ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. Understand? Therefore, that is the one of the important of solar energy. Therefore, it is also used. It do not causes any pollution. It requires a low cost, and it gives a large amount of electrical energy. There are many purposes. Solar energy can be used for boiling of waters, lighting purposes, converted into electrical energy. All these are purposes we can use solar energy. Therefore, solar energy can be easy to transfer and easy to get electrical energy in the prohibited area. For example, hilly regions, there is no transport, there is no road facilities in that area we are using solar energies. Therefore, in the nowadays we are using so many stadiums. The roof of the stadium is covered with solar panels, and the get electrical energy for the playing games. Therefore, that is one of the best important of solar panel. The energy from the sea. Next, we can understand about sea. Sea is also one of the natural sources of natural sources of energy. That energy from the sea is obtained in three different forms. There are tidal energy, sea wave energy, and ocean thermal energy. There are three types of different forms of energy can be obtained by the sea. Therefore, first one is tidal energy. The periodic rise and fall of sea level due to gravitational attraction of the moon causes tides. You already know that in the Malpe beach or in Gokarna beach, you are observe the tidal wave of sea. Therefore, it is bigger than bigger waves are created by using in the sea. It increases the speed of the waves of the tidal, and when attraction of the moon causes these tides. A dam is constructed at a narrow opening between the land and sea. A dam is constructed at a narrow opening between the land and sea. The movement of water during high tide. Sometimes the tide of the sea is high, sometimes the tide of the sea is low. But we take the movement of water during high tide and low tide can be used to rotate the turbines of generators. The establishment of tidal energy is on the sea by using tidal energy. What is the tides of the sea? Then when using the movement of tides of water during high tides or low tides, it can be rotates continuously turbines of generators to produce electricity. This is called as the tidal energy. Next, sea wave energy. When strong wind blows over the sea, it produces huge waves. The kinetic energy of the moving waves can be used to rotate the turbines. The huge waves, it having high kinetic energy. That kinetic energy is converted into by using that kinetic energy used to rotate the turbines of generators to produce electricity. That is called as sea wave energy ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. And next, third one is ocean thermal energy. There is a temperature difference between the warm surface of water and the cold water at the bottom of the oceans. There is a temperature difference between the warm surface of water. You already know it, ocean, and therefore the temperature of the different layers of the oceans is different. Therefore, at the top of the ocean is having some temperature, and inside the ocean having different temperature compared to top of the therefore there is a temperature difference between the warm surface of water and the cold water at the bottom of the oceans. At the bottom of the ocean, the temperature decreases low. It forms cold water at the bottom of the ocean, and warm surface is on the surface of the top of the ocean. Therefore, this difference is about 20 degrees Celsius. The difference between warm surface and cold surface of water is about 20 degrees Celsius. The warm surface water is used to boil liquid ammonia. The warm surface of water is used to boil liquid ammonia, and the vapor is used to rotate the turbines of generators. Understand? Therefore, the cold water from the bottom is then pumped up to cool the vapor back to liquid. The cold water from the bottom of the ocean then pumped up to cool the vapor back to liquid, and get this is the method of one of the method of producing electrical energy by using ocean thermal energy. this ocean thermal ಅಥವಾ ocean temperature difference is used to boil the ammonia, and it vapor is used to rotate ammonia, get produces vapor, and that vapor is used to rotate turbines of generators. When turbines of generator is rotates continuously, it converted into mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is used to convert electrical energy. The cold water from the bottom is then pumped up to cool vapor back to liquid. These are the example for sea energy. Therefore, this is the diagram of sea wave energy like this. This is the turbine rotating machine, the narrow gap between the machine. Then waves are strongly high tidal energy that rotates, having kinetic energy that rotates turbine machines, and the turbine machines are rotating continuously and produce electrical energy. This is low tidal energy and this is high tidal energy. Next one is a geothermal energy. Next another one is a geothermal energy. In the deeper, what is the meaning of geothermal? Geo means earth, thermal means temperature. Therefore, the deeper region of the earth's crust is very hot. You already know that the layers of the earth, the inside the earth, we going to inside the earth, the temperature of the earth is increased continuously. Therefore, the deeper region of the earth crust is very hot, it having a high temperature. This heat melts rocks and forms magma. Thus, this heat, the high temperature of the earth, it melts rocks and forms magma. The magma moves up and collects below at some places called hot spots. The magma moves up and collects below at some places called hot spots. The underground water in contact with hot spot gets heated into steam. The underground water, it is passing through the hot spots. Hot spots, it is a region that having high temperature, that having magma. Magma is a high temperature and a high boiling element. That the underground water is in contact with the magma or hot spot get heated, it get boiled and produces steam at high temperature. By drilling holes into hot spots, the steam coming out. Drilling holes by using pipes into the hot spot, they get steam out. That the steam can be used to rotate turbines of generators to produce electricity. This is called as geothermal energy. Therefore, here we are using magma. Magma is it is a liquid and it is having a high temperature inside the earth crust. Therefore, another one is nuclear energy. The another one important of sources of energy is nuclear energy. This is also one of the different form of energy. Nuclear energy is the energy released during nuclear reactions. For example, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. This process is undergoes on the sun. Therefore, during nuclear reaction, some mass is converted into electric energy, and so a very large amount of energy is produced during nuclear reactions. Nuclear reactions are of two types. They are nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Therefore, this nuclear reactions is of two types: nuclear fission and nuclear reaction. So, sun, you already know that sun produces large amount of heat in the surface. It having high temperature. Approximately at the center of the sun, the temperature of the sun is approximately 22,000 Celsius or Kelvin. You already know that. Therefore, that is due to nuclear reactions. Therefore, nuclear fission is a nuclear reaction in which the nucleus of every atom, like uranium or plutonium. Uranium and plutonium are radioactive elements, etc., splits into smaller nuclei. The heavy nuclei atom splits into smaller nuclei with the release of large amount of energy. During this process, the explosion is present, and at the explosion, the larger amount of energy is released. It is used to make atom bombs and to produce electricity. The uranium and plutonium are used to make atom bomb and produce electricity. In a nuclear power plant, the heat energy produced by a controlled nuclear reaction fusion chain reaction, that is called as controlled fusion chain reaction, is used to produce steam which rotates the turbines of generators to produce electricity. Therefore, in the nuclear fission, we are using nuclear fission controlled nuclear fission chain reaction to boil the water, and that boiled water comes converted into steam. That steam is rotates the turbine machines, then rotates the turbine machine, it produces electrical energy. Similarly, nuclear fusion is a nuclear reaction in which small nuclei fuse together with form a heavier nuclei, opposite to nuclear fission. In nuclear fission, the heavy atom is splitting into two lower or lighter smaller nuclei, but in nuclear fission, smaller nuclei is combined to form bigger or heavier nucleus with release of very large amount of energy. The energy is of sun is produced by the fusion of hydrogen nuclei to form helium. The nuclear fusion is occurs in sun. In sun surface, there are two elements are having hydrogen and helium. The hydrogen atom is a fusion of hydrogen atom nuclei or hydrogen nuclei to form helium nucleus. It is also used to make the hydrogen bomb. What is the advantages of nuclear energy? It produces a very large amount of energy per unit mass than other sources of energy. You already know that wind energy, bioenergy, water energy, solar energy, all these are all different types of energy already studied. Among these energies, nuclear energy gives a large amount of energy, electrical energy, compared to another devices or another sources of energy. Its safety measures are taken. If safety measures are taken, it is more environment friendly than fossil fuels. Fossil fuels ಗಿಂತನೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಪರಿಸರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾನಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. Disadvantages of nuclear reaction. But the cost of nuclear reaction is very high. The availability of nuclear fuel is limited. It is a non-renewable resources. Uranium, plutonium, radium, these are all radioactive elements. These are all non-renewable resources of elements. Their availability of nuclear fuels is limited in nature. Nuclear reactors produce harmful nuclear wastes. Nuclear reactors produces harmful nuclear wastes which is difficult to dispose. ಅವನನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ disposed in a deeper region of the earth, about 20 to 30 feet. We can very complicated process can be used to dispose of nuclear reactors or the nuclear waste. Therefore, you are in the nuclear fission or the nuclear elements we are used to make atom bomb, hydrogen bomb. These are all very harmful for living organisms, especially harmful for environment and harmful for earth. It causes so many pollutions so many effects, so many diseases to the living organisms. For example, Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima of Japan in Second World War. It is a best example for nuclear reaction. Okay, dear students, in this class we are discussing about nuclear energy, good sources of energy, and wind energy, solar energy, water energy, gas energy. Therefore, nuclear energy, all these are all very important. Therefore, this energy is converted in one form to another form. This is about sources of energy. Okay, thank you for watching.